Good morning. Out here on the mesa, there are, I guess, mountain lions and bears and badgers and rattlesnakes and foxes and bobcats and I'm not sure what else. All kinds of critters. So we always have to be aware, especially walking in the sagebrush in the summertime when there's rattlesnakes out. My neighbor got bit last spring, and we've seen some, but I've never really actually known of a friend like that got bit before. So you have to be careful. And this winter, it can get down to the minus degrees. At 32 degrees here is freezing, and minus 15 is pretty cold. So I keep my wood burning stove going. So that'll be all my chores to do. I'm finally getting my storage unit cleaned out so I can use that money for propane. And then I cook on my wood burning stove sometimes. So you'll see a lot of food there. My daughter's been making some great pizzas, and she made an awesome eggplant parmesan. It's really good. All kinds of good stuff going on here. So stay tuned and keep in touch, and I'll see you soon. I am absolutely in love with the canyon. It just makes me want to cry. There's other woods out here I've been in, and they are lovely, but this canyon really holds my heart. Oh, I made it. I gotta admit, my butt clenched up a couple times up the road. There was it was packed snow and packed ice part of the way up. And normally in my younger days, I would not have cared less. But getting older, things are more stressful for me. So the one guy who lives back here had said for me to put a bucket of gravel in my truck. And I didn't. So as I was coming on back, I just kept wishing that I had. But it was fine. It's not bad. And I made it. And when I got to the property again, I got so happy I could just cry. I'd like to stain that part of the fence, or give the whole fence another coat of stain. I just didn't get to work here this summer. I'm definitely going to make better plans next year. But the forest was closed the first month. And then, because this road isn't even open until, June 1st or something. And the forest was closed until I can't remember, but July, I think they opened it back up for July 4th. And then I had some other things going on, helping out a friend. And then I just got sick and broke and couldn't get up here. But this is my property, our property. It's our kids, Wendy and Jason and Clovis. I love it so much. I just want to cry. Right back in there is where I put up a fence to kind of cover over the truck cap that I have sitting there, and that's pretty much the spot where I wanted to put a little bunkhouse sitting back in the woods looking out over this way. I also wanted one down here looking out over that way, but I don't know if I'll be able to get that done. But I love it. The very first thing on the property was this birdhouse that my grandson Gavin built. He used to build and sell them. And so that's been a couple years it's been hanging there. And I guess I bought that little light the same year. I haven't been here at night to see if the light works. But it's a solar lamp, so I think I saw it kind of lit once. That's on the little tree. And there's my bear. He's not dancing, but he's there. Well, I'm throwing it from this pile down there, and then I'll pick it up from there and take it on down to the truck. This is a pretty steep little hill or mountain going on here. On up in there. But I'm going to try to get a bunch of this. Well, I got that spot cleaned up. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. But I didn't get it cleaned that far down the mountain. It's just right here, actually. There it is. Making a little pathway to where it's going. On down that way. So little by little. And this is the roadway of limbs that between the time when I signed a contract for the property, and it took a year or about 15 months to close. And between that period, somebody came in and cut 3 giant trees. The stumps are there. Anyway, they cut 3 big ones. Pretty sure some of what they cut, that one's not, but that one up there where they cut that stump is one of these trees, which is really federally protected. They're not supposed to be cut. So anyway, they cut them, and they're big tall trees. That one didn't fall right, but the other ones fell more vertical. Well, they could just put a chain on them and pull them down the mountain, which left all these little limbs that I'm going to use for firewood. And I used a bunch for the fence posts, so that's what's going on there. Getting closer from up in there down here to this flatter spot, closer to the truck. Wood brought down from the other side of that fence to the flat. And from the flat to in the truck. And the face of the old lady who did it all by herself. And I know that typically with YouTube, you gotta show you doing it. Nobody believes you did it by yourself. My friends know I did it by myself. If I say it, I'll always say if somebody helps me. But just another day of working alone and climbing up and down that mountain was pretty tough for me. And the sun is getting low in the sky, and I have to get back up this road. My road right here is fine, but as you go around these curves, there's ice and snow. Slow down for the curve. It's really not bad, but my tires almost time for new ones. Bad thing about this is if you do slide off the road, there's no phone reception. And this is not the time of year where this road gets traveled very much, so you're kind of stuck back here. I am unloading the truck from wood, and I'm going to throw the ball a couple times for this guy. We're going to play a little bit of ball this morning. He is just, he's like me. He likes the cold weather, and he's just jumping around like crazy. I'm going to sort that pile today, put it in, I don't have a tarp. I have to buy a tarp, but I'm going to put it, I said we're going to play ball, but you have to wait. I'm going to put a tarp, stack that and put a tarp underneath that eave. I cooked me a little bit of beef this morning, and people might think that Clovis is barking about the beef, but he doesn't care. He wants to play ball. Are you ready? Can you spin? Good job, good job. My home is named Desiderata. I don't know if I originally got this from my mom or if she got it from me, but it was always our favorite. And since then it has been others of my close family and friends' favorite. There used to be a little 45 record in the late 60s or early 70s with this man's voice that said this poem that I just loved it. And so it's made by Max Ehrman. It's right there. And it's go placidly, go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. And it's got a whole bunch of other good advice in there that you probably don't want me to read. But then I like the ending too. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations. In the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham and drudgery and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful and strive to be happy. This is my drop leaf table in the bus. I always have the leaf up though. This part here drops down and we can listen to Chloe's munching. Are you eating your doggy food? So I can't get a really good view of this area. I'm going to be doing some work on this. That's a photo my brother took. I can't remember the famous place, but he's passed on. But he took that great photo overseas in Thailand, I think. Somewhere. It's a famous place. And I'm going to put a shelf up above that picture to hold my glassware. And then there's some plates leaning up back there. I'll probably make some sort of just little plate holder. And yeah, I got a little bench I can sit there, but I usually just eat on a chair in bed. So that's one part of the bus. And here's my bed with the blanket that my son Jason got me last year for Christmas. And up there behind my pillows, against the windows for insulation, that's where I keep most of my clothes. Because the bus is like 7.5 feet wide, and this queen size bed fits pretty cool on it. So there's about 6 inches at the end there that I can put clothes. And in the winter, I have magnets that I put up across to put curtains. So at nighttime, depending on which heat I'm using, the propane stove is on the other side of that blanket and the wood burning stove is on this side. So when I put that blanket up there, then I'm using my wood burning stove instead of my propane. And at the end of the bed is where my clock and my thermometer is that I can keep track of the temperature at night so I know if I have to get up and start a fire or something. And if I'm using the propane heat, I put this curtain up on this side of the bed where the wood burning stove is, which I quit using once I turn on the propane heat. And I take down the other blanket. And this was my mom's antique light that I put feathers around the bottom and a dream catcher on, but it's really a nice glass lamp. And this was her, she had an antique shop, and that was one of the, I don't know what it was considered, but anyways, that's one of the stands that was in her shop, and I put my Tupperware stuff in there. And that was, I think, a piece of cypress that she got in Florida. That was my mom's trash can too. And then this mirror was in her antique shop, and I am going to hang it. I had it hung before at the bottom of the bed, but then Clovis's bed showed up and he has to get in and out down at the other end, so right now that's on the floor, but I'm going to hang it up back behind in that corner. So I'll show you that picture probably in I don't know how long, in a month. And I've got two of these bear pictures up here in the front windshield. That peek out through. When I pull my one curtain back, this guy peeks over through. I can see him from the bed. And this is the hat rack that my dad made. It's missing a thing there. I tried to replace it once. I'm going to have to try again. But part of the little things holds my plate, so I'm going to make something else like that to hold a bunch of my plates. And this is a shelf I built for spices. I don't know if the lighting's going to be right to see the shelf I made back here. I love working with wood, and so I cut it from an old piece of wood and shaped it, and stained it and varnished it. I sanded it, and that's one of my plug-ins that I made. I did the wiring and the bus. Made a little shelf on top of that, and there's the edges that hold the shelf up. I've got everything I want. Oh, comfy warm fire. A home that I built with my own hands, all the home built things. Nice warm covers. Couldn't be happier. Oh, and snow. When I first moved to New Mexico, there was another girl that lived with me, Tiffany, and we had a little place in the mountains, and her name was Sun, and my name was Snow. So when you called our answering machine, we'd say, "This is Snow and Sun, leave a message." And now I'm out here with her best friend, my daughter. Well, that's a wrap for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll have more next week for you on Monday, so stay tuned. And we'll see what happens with me out on the mesa.